So I currently work as a senior account director at LinkedIn, where I take care of the LinkedIn Talent Solutions business, which basically is a B2B play where I help organizations all across the country to kind of look at their hiring needs, their learning needs, their branding needs, and basically help them with the SaaS solutions that LinkedIn has from a B2B perspective. I have been with them for more than 2.5 years now, and prior to this, I worked at organizations such as Salesforce, Michael Page, and so on. So that's my background, almost 10 years of experience into B2B SaaS sales. I am from a college called Thapar University in Patiala, which is a good, decent, very well-known engineering college where I did industrial engineering and an MBA, which this is an integrated 5-year program that I did and passed out. And just after that, I got a job at Aeon, which is a very large, Fortune 500 company in Mumbai. But I did not take that up because I felt that maybe I'm not really ready for the corporate market as of now. I would want to get more depth in my education, and hence I went into a college called Ashoka University, which is which is a liberal arts university in India. So after I'm an engineer turned MBA, and then went into liberal arts. So that's what I did, because I got exposed to great academics and academicians in subjects like group dynamics, behavioral psychology, let's say public policy, then things like how do you kind of look at law, right, in business sense, how do you kind of look at leadership studies, how do you look at history of the Indian Indian ecosystem, let's say in the last 200 years. Engineering does teach you to be more structured in your thought process, because engineering is all about building concepts and eventually getting into fruition. So yes, engineering does help, but I think liberal arts, it is not not a lot of people would do this, but I think it's a very unique way of really understanding the depth of a lot of fields together, because that would really help somebody to kind of be very successful. Because I don't want to be just gone are the days where you're just striving into one field. You have to kind of be very well aware of what's happening around you and kind of take the best shot. And that eventually also led me to SaaS sales, because back in the day in 2016-17, nobody knew like what a career in SaaS would look like in India, and how one can really accomplish a lot within a very small amount of time. So I think that was a good exposure that I got at Ashoka, because I met a few very I would say great leaders of the industry, people from Microsoft, people from Adobe, people from SAP, Salesforce, where I eventually worked as well. So yeah, that really helped. Engineering is not just about the subjects, because see, with that logic, if somebody studies political science in college, doesn't end up becoming a political consultant or politician, whatever, right? So I don't buy into that logic. So engineering basically teaches you a lot of variety of subjects, where one can actually become more let's say more relevant in India. For example, you get some sort of, let's say, validation that hey, this is a technical degree that somebody did, so obviously they're good at, let's say, working hard, or let's say a little smarter than the general students. And then once you get that degree, you're more structured in your thought process. Like I said earlier, you know exactly what works, what doesn't work, because you also get into internships around about, for example, I did about 9 months of internship out of the 5 years, maybe almost 10 months of internship out of the 5 years I was in college. So I think that really shaped my thinking at the time, and then from there also I got an idea of getting into liberal arts. So when you look back, you then kind of realize what thing led to the next thing. So I think won't change anything. Yeah. For me, it was quite simple. Out of college, I always wanted to kind of make good bucks. That's everyone's dreams. So I looked at, okay, what are the best available options for me if I want to hit a certain number by the time I'm 30, 35, 40. And some advice I got from a very good leader in the industry. He said, look at industries where for companies, the revenue per employee is very high. So let's say, for example, a company which does about, let's say, $10 million and only has 10 employees, what would that translate into? Basically, they're making about 1 million revenue on one employee. That's very high, right? On the other hand, let's say if you go to IT services, for example, TCS, if they're doing, for example, maybe $29 billion is their revenue today, 29, 30 ballpark, they have 6 lakh employees. So that's very low for per employee, revenue, and hence when you cascade it to salaries, they're very low, right? So I'll tell you an amazing thing that happened with me. In 2017, I looked at all of these metrics and compared industries, and SaaS really shined out. That was my moment of eureka moment for me, and I saw that, okay, this is really high for this industry because there is absolutely no cost, because it's just literally a product. So SaaS, for your viewers who don't know, it's software as a service. It's a software development product company that can help other businesses to kind of perhaps automate some processes, or maybe perhaps solve problems. So if you're somebody who's into problem solving, if you're somebody who wants to kind of really, let's say, help another organization get to the next level, and it could be in bettering them at sales, bettering them at marketing, operations, CRM, and so on and so forth. So all of that put together really, really helps. Now, other benefits of working in SaaS is almost highest compensation at a very young age. B, it's also around things like remote work. You get the flexibility of working from anywhere, because it's not like manufacturing organizations or, let's say, retail company where you have to be present and so on and so forth. You can manage it from wherever you want. Number 3, the industry itself is going to be $1.2 trillion by 2030. That's humongous growth, from almost like 5 times in the next 10 years. That is what is going to happen. And I think, and coming to LinkedIn, so my journey, I used to work at Michael Page, which is a recruitment consulting organization. I actually consulted a lot of people, who were making good money. Let's say, for example, I met somebody who's making 60 lakhs at the age of 30 in 2019. That's quite nice, right? So you get somebody like that, and you kind of then help them move to a 90 lakhs maybe, right? Because Michael Page does that. And then I figured out, okay, this is a good way, or to venture into such an industry. I then moved to Salesforce. Salesforce is the world's biggest CRM organization, and also the first SaaS company in the world. That's where I worked. Really grew well. And then my current organization, which is LinkedIn, everyone knows this about this company. I've been there for 2.5 years, got promoted. Now use basically work in the enterprise team, helping a lot of big organizations, and which also helped me launch my own business. So with this, I also work as a job search strategist and a career coach. I have my own organization by the name of Veda Consulting, where I have helped more than 2,500 people across 5 continents to land their next role. I do a consultation business where people connect with me all over the world. I do about 50 to 70 consultations in a month. Each consultation is 3 hours, 1 hour per week, and the end goal is to kind of get to the next level in their careers. So that, plus I'm also kind of helping a lot of institutes like High School, Altera, so many other colleges. I go to a lot of my alma maters. I went to Thapar, I went to Ashoka, I went to IIM Udaipur, I went to FMS. I have helped the army veterans who are transitioning into corporate roles after 10 years of service. I've helped them as well. So all in all, if you package it really well, my career has really had a lot of different flavors, but in one direction. So, HR, consulting, to software, to LinkedIn, to my own career coaching, and let's say the job search strategy business. So I've helped thousands of individuals across my career to kind of get to a better opportunity, and then one really looks at the finer things in life as well. Making more salary, or making good business income, but it doesn't mean that you just look at that. It's also to kind of give value to others as well. So I think that would be it.